All right, I got a call saying this truck was not stopping properly. Went ahead and test drove it, and let me tell you, this thing is not stopping properly. The company that this vehicle belongs to, they do emergency repairs to homes. If your house was to flood, they would come out and they have vacuums inside of these trucks and they come and suck the water out of your house. I think they have a total of 3 vans. 2 of them are down. So they have 1 vehicle. I really need to figure out what the heck is going on with this thing as fast as I can and get it back on the road for them. We've got a check engine light, surging idle. We have no codes for anything related to what is going on. Interesting. So when we press on the brake pedal, the idle surges more.
That's suspicious.
Okay, so that sounds like a vacuum leak issue with the idle surging, right? A brake booster is vacuum operated. And when you press on the brakes, the idle surges.
That's weird.
Let's go ahead and start removing this brake booster here. If you look around the back of this master cylinder and on the bottom of it, it's all wet, which obviously leads to me thinking that the master could have a leak or is internally bypassing. That is a huge concern as well. Gotta be careful when diagnosing stuff like this. First, I was thinking, oh, it's the booster. No worries, it's just a booster. When I went and looked on the outside, there was fluid underneath the master. I'm like, okay, well, it could be the master. I ended up getting the brake booster, brake master. I think the issue is the master, but it's possible that a bad master could shoot brake fluid into the booster and ruin it as well. I'd rather have both and only need one than need both and only have one.
I am the one, the way your son don't.
And then I like to drop my wrench like that, so I have to spend an hour trying to find it. If the lines are off, this master now just needs to be unbolted from the booster. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but this all right here is wet. And I think that it was leaking out of the reservoir, possibly sucking in air whenever you're hitting the brakes. New master here. Looks the same. Good thing I bought another quart of .3 because that took everything I had. This bottle right here is a freshie. Go ahead and punch it right in the face. See if we can get another good pour. Oh dude, 2 for 2. All right, went ahead and replaced that master, bled it and bled the brakes, and they still feel almost the same. It's a little bit better, but yeah, pretty much the same.
Why you always lying?
So one thing I did want to confirm really quick was that if I idled the engine up and pressed on the brakes, if it felt any different, in which it did. The brake pedal got quite a bit stiffer with the engine idle up to about 2,000 RPM. So that kind of does confirm the fact that the booster is having issues. One of the biggest reasons why I thought it wasn't the booster was because of this. It holds vacuum. So I figured, okay, how is the diaphragm bad if it's holding vacuum? But apparently it has, I guess, 2 diaphragms in there for 2 different things. Somebody that knows more about brake boosters in the comments, let me know what I'm missing here. Nice thing about this is we could just take off these 2 nuts and swing this whole entire master out of the way, and we should be able to finagle the booster out without taking anything else out. The rest of the work needs to be done underneath the dash, which is going to be those 4 nuts. We've got a pin right here that needs to be removed, and then the booster is going to slide out through the firewall direction. Oh, you guys, I have to go to the bathroom so bad. I'm trying to get this done so I can freaking go to the bathroom. It hurts. All right, we got all 4 of those nuts off of the brake booster. I had El Pollo Loco for lunch, and I'm starting to really regret my decision-making skills at the moment. So the booster's loose, and ideally you'd want to pull it out right here, literally right where our master is. But I don't want to remove the master because it's already bled. So instead I'm gonna take off the intake. I think that just might be enough room, you guys. I can do it, I'm a man. When in doubt, zip tie it out of the way. Look at that. Ingenuity. I went ahead and got on Mitchell. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what Mitchell is, but it's a program that is used by dealers to show you how to do things, and it gives you labor time. So they told me to remove this reservoir, which I don't know why I didn't think of that. But anyways, I'm gonna remove that. It says to quote unquote position it to the side. And then we have this glory hole right here to hopefully be able to get the booster out of. Heck yes. Here's our booster. Got this beautiful monstrosity here. I'm gonna hurry up and throw this thing in because I still really have to dookie. Let's see if this thing goes in easier than it was to get out. Okay, that was not intentional at all. Isn't that so stupid? Sat here taking the intake apart, all kinds of other stuff for no reason. That's why it's important to use your resources, you know? I'm gonna go ahead and throw the nuts on the inside. Everything is just about together on the outside. Last thing I gotta do is put the rest of the airbox together. I don't know if you guys have ever messed with these 5.4 airboxes. They are a pain in the freaking butt, man. Okay, there's that. Gonna have one of the employees go drive the truck, make sure the brakes feel good to him. And in the meantime, I'm gonna hit the ground with some purple power and scrub it with a broom, get this brake fluid off the concrete. Well, the Ford box truck is all good to go. And yeah, save the day again, I guess.